January in Central Florida looks just about the same as, well, any other time in Florida.
It's beautiful. Florida is a destination in the wintertime because of the weather. And this time of the year, we've really been fortunate to have nice, ideal, actually perfect shooting conditions.
The Florida winter weather is a big draw. The match is full, and there are people from all over the country.
There are competitors at this match from 22 states around the lower 48, and we even have some competitors that came in from Alaska.
The vacation-like conditions are year-round at the Universal Shooting Academy. This weekend, 13 unique courses of fire have been laid out to test all skill levels. Ryan Hand is the match director.
So for this match, I geared it towards the marksman, knowing that I wanted novices in this match to be able to experience a Tier 4 match. They can easily shoot a marksman level. I didn't want to make it so difficult that it was geared just to masters, because then the marksmen and the sharpshooters and the novices walk away, unhappy and kind of downtrodden on their shooting ability. For the master to do good here, they have to do everything perfect.
Ryan is no stranger to big IDPA matches.
He's going to put a bag over your head.
Yeah.
We first met at the 2019 PCC National Championship, where Ryan was the safety officer on one of the more memorable stages. That was one of those IDPA scenarios you never forget. And you'll remember every stage at this match. But the real challenge is making the stages challenging without making a course scenario overly difficult. John Hilterman is the IDPA Florida State Coordinator.
If you look at the demographics within IDPA as a whole, over 80% of our membership are marksmen and below. So, I don't like matches that are built for the masters, the experts, and super difficult. And this match is appealing to the masters who can go super fast and burn down the stage, but it's also great for a novice, which this match is open to. They can still shoot the match well and feel confident at the end of the day and feel happy with their performance.
The first step to a happy performance at this match will be accuracy. Your score is your time to complete a course of fire.
3, 1, 8, 2.
And your hits on the targets either protect that time or add to it with penalty seconds for errant shots. The two inner circle scoring areas are down 0 and add no time. Just outside of that is considered down 1 and adds a second. The outer scoring area is down 3, and you guessed it, it adds 3 seconds. A miss is 5 seconds. Targets that show open hands are considered non-threats. Any hits on these targets are a 5-second penalty each. And at this match, there are a few instances where steel targets are in front of non-threats. Make sure you hit the steel to avoid the penalty.
Yeah, I didn't hit the non-threat this time.
The other vital element to success in IDPA is following the stage procedure. The biggest piece to that is dealing with the targets in tactical priority. Closest have to be neutralized first, and there are cover lines at positions. You must protect yourself from targets that have not been neutralized. They call it slicing the pie. Another big one to keep in mind, reloads. If you don't run the gun to slide lock, you have to retain the magazine you are removing. More often, the slide lock reload is the fastest method. Like other practical shooting sports, there is a chrono and equipment inspection. First, it's your cover garment. Then the firearm is measured and weighed to ensure it meets divisional requirements. Finally, a sample of ammo is fired past a chronograph. The inspector taps the powder to the rear of each case to give everyone the best measurement possible. The Florida IDPA community is supporting this match full force, and they're also getting support from the Lakeland Police Explorers Post. It's a big logistical help at the match, and it's a positive way to show a new group of potential competitors the shooting sports community.
I'm a former law enforcement officer myself, so I'm happy to see that the department has actually brought out their group of explorers to help on all the stages where there's a more complex reset. They're helping and being an active participant in helping keep the stages moving. so the squads can shoot and focus on their shooting rather than bending over and picking up steel after every shooter. It's helpful, it's refreshing, they're all great kids, and they're here to help the sport.
But just what makes a great IDPA course of fire? We'll break that down next. It's a straightforward question with a lot of different answers. What makes a great IDPA course of fire?
I would say that the more realistic scenarios, I mean, yes, it is a game, but there's a purpose to each stage, and, you know, some of the fun is coming up with a creative situation that, you know, I have to put in front of the shooters.
A creative scenario brief is certainly the beginning.
While taking a nature break during a hike, the gang initiation ritual has targeted you. Restore peace to the outdoors.
This is a scenario stage. You took a wrong turn and find yourself in the bad part of town. With a disabled car, your only hope is to fight your way to Grandma's house on foot.
You are enjoying an evening out with your family, but realize you are dining at the mob's favorite restaurant. Suddenly, their best hitman approaches your table.
This is a scenario stage. Your favorite box store has been invaded by toilet paper-seeking bandits. Fight your way out and wipe yourself clean.
There are interactive variables that come into play, like dragging this weighted bucket to start a swinging target array, or retrieving all your magazines and your empty firearm from a table. It seems simple, but when you add the stress of the clock, things get dicey.
Just to start, when you got your magazines on the table, you got to pick them all up, stow them before you start. I usually try to place them on the table perfectly, so I pick them up, load them up first, then I grab the gun.
It can be as simple as sitting on a log at a campfire or sitting at a dinner table. You stay put and engage threat targets from near to far. One course of fire that is often a staple at larger IDPA events, shooting from an automobile. Today, it's a minivan.
Very challenging. Being inside the car and shooting, sometimes, you know, you don't really ever prepare for that. So, you know, the loudness and everything.
Inside, it is loud. And there are always gun handling challenges to contend with.
Exiting the vehicle while maintaining your muzzle in a safe manner is always a little bit challenging. This stage, you got to be very careful you don't whack that muzzle against the door frame or against the window frame as you're going by.
Anytime you've got to deal with the driver's side door, you have a chance of it bouncing back, you have a chance of hitting it with your gun, you know, flashing yourself. It's a good place to get disqualified.
The IDPA is welcoming to competitors of all ages and skill levels, and has made a great deal of effort to be welcoming to adaptive competitors as well, like Jim Kuzak.
I started shooting competitive sports probably in the mid-2000s, and then after having been shot in the line of duty, I wanted to get back into it, so I started shooting IDPA.
Many of the elements built into the courses of fire can be adapted to give Jim and others the opportunity to compete.
We've made some adaptations as we've gone. The fault lines are about the biggest holdup for me.
The fault lines at this match are raised wooden markers that establish where a competitor is in cover and where they are out.
Leaning isn't too bad because I have a good amount of core. When I get to a stage, I'll go ahead and look at it to see if there's something I need to change.
The IDPA's flexibility is drawing more adaptive shooters into local chapters, matches, regional, and national competitions.
It's not something that they can't do. It's something that this IDPA is willing to help you do.
Coming next, we'll take a look at one of the newest divisions of IDPA competition that's turning out to be one of the most popular. We'll look into carry optics in IDPA next.
In 2020, carry optics was neck and neck with enhanced service pistol as most desired competitive division. This year looks to me to be a breakout year for the division that IDPA created called carry optics, which is a red dot reflex optic that's mounted on slides for improved marksmanship. And it's really taken hold in IDPA.
And just about any carry gun with an optic can compete.
They can be both hammer or striker fired, it doesn't matter. All the gun has to do is make weight, which is 45 ounces, and fit in the IDPA box. It uses the enhanced service pistol rules for enhancements. So it doesn't have to be a production gun. It can be modified, and it has to fit the box and make weight.
For Gina Watson, it's about turning up her speed.
It helps to acquire the target faster. I have trifocals. So instead of moving your head up and down, the dot picks it out for you.
Gina's husband, Jim, is also running Carry Optics equipment.
It helps my aging eyes and makes it easier to find my target. Also, as your eyes get older, I can't see the targets, I can't see my hits. Just like on that stage there, I saw every single hit on top of seeing my red dot, so it made it a lot easier for me.
Both Watsons want every advantage their equipment can offer because there are bragging rights at stake.
Because she beat me last week at two-gun at our home club, so.
How's it going this weekend?
So far, I'm doing a little bit better.
But it's fun.
I'm trying to stay down. So far, I'm down 0 for the match, but she was down 0 for the entire match the last time.
Trisha and John Horvath are another husband and wife Carry Optics duo that know exactly why they shoot with optics.
We're plus 40.
Yeah, we're both 47. Our age, our eyes are deteriorating, so Carry Optics is the way to go.
What isn't waning is their competitiveness and her shooting skills.
I found myself in the beginning, I used to not chase him at all because I just thought, there's no way I'm gonna catch him. And then as I started to shoot more and get a little bit more competitive, I found myself chasing him a lot more. I'm trying, and if I ever beat him, which I have on occasion,
Absolutely.
I get super excited and I have to rub it in.
She rubs it in big time. Oh yeah. All the guys at our normal range, yeah. She's always, I got you.
Their division is the same, but their equipment is different.
I shoot a Smith & Wesson M&P, the long slide 2.0 with the SRO. And I love the M&P product. Tried to get me to shoot a block for the longest time, and I just can't do it. I love the M&P.
Chris Hopper is also pretty clear on why he chooses to compete in Carry Optics.
I'm old. Can't see anymore, so it's like I could always shoot. I just couldn't see the target, so.
It's bringing back shooters that stopped shooting because their eyes were failing them and they were frustrated.
I could always shoot, like I said, I just couldn't see.
It's the same story for Sean Quinn.
Because I can actually see the front sight a little bit better. I can also see what the gun's doing, and I can get back on target a lot faster.
So now what we're seeing is that people that gave up the sport are coming back because the dot allows them to compete again.
Experienced and new shooters alike are turning up with Carry Optics equipment.
It's my third time on shooting Carry Optics, so pretty much happy. I have fun, and I'm on the learning curve. Yeah, since day one of opening that division up, it's been super popular. And I mean, a lot of people from an everyday carry standpoint are going to a Carry Optics gun. We're supposed to mirror real world in this sport, so we're seeing that reflect.
The real-life training experience with the gun she carries is the draw for Tarumi McClintock.
This is a very good practice, and I started with a self-defense reason.
IDPA is born from defensive shooting training, and this gathering is a representation of that. But it's also a competition. So who's the fastest, most accurate shooter in the match? Well, you guessed it, a Carry Optics gun in the hands of Luigi Lee.
That was a little quick. Mess up with not actually remembering the tactical priority. They're in different zones of engagement, so I hit the steel before I hit the paper, and I cost myself out 2 seconds in the procedure.
Even with a procedural penalty for target order, Luigi wins stage 11 outright. There will be no mistakes on stage 12. Luigi Lee is more than 2 seconds ahead of the second-place shooter, making him the Florida IDPA champ.
Hey, it's IDPA, right? Train how you fight, fight like you train.